to bring charges against me for now ancient no affair story of Stormy Horseface Daniels. No attraction. No affair. I call it no affair. Where there is no crime anyway.
Just remember, there's a speech and a post for everything. And as we've been saying here on the MeidasTouch Network, all of these speeches where Donald Trump attacks witnesses, prosecutors, judges, and where he does the same things on his post and social media will all backfire against him and be used at the trials against him. And that's exactly what is happening. What was interesting in today's proceedings in the Manhattan courtroom before Justice Juan Merchan, who stated, come hell or high water, trial will be taking place in the 34-count felony criminal indictment against Donald Trump for falsification of business records being prosecuted by the Manhattan District Attorney. Trial will take place on March 25th. There's not going to be extensions. There's no more delays. Donald Trump will be a criminal defendant in a felony criminal trial on March 25th. And during the proceedings, after Donald Trump's lawyers tried to do everything to derail that date, cry out election interference, say this is unfair, Judge Juan Merchan was not budging. But then what we learned at the end, and it was important to pay attention, and shout out to Inner City Press for covering this as well, the Manhattan District Attorney was talking about the duration of this trial and said we may need an extra day or two because Donald Trump is not stipulating to the authenticity and accuracy of his own social media posts and his own statements. So instead of being able to just easily admit that into evidence, we're going to have to establish a foundation, call a custodian of records, and show that these posts were made by Donald Trump on his social media platform, show that these speeches took place at this date, and that's Donald Trump on the video. Then play that video for the jury, and that's going to cause a potential day or two extra to do that. But what's so interesting, and it should not be surprising to anyone, again, how cowardly Donald Trump is in not even standing behind his own social media posts. And let me show you some of those posts. First, this is what Inner City Press reported, where the Manhattan District Attorney earlier in the day in the criminal proceedings before Judge Juan Merchan explained that the defense lawyers for Donald Trump have indicated they will not stipulate to the defendant's social media posts. So this would make the trial last longer, an extra 2 or 3 days. There are 18 custodial witnesses. And then Judge Juan Merchan said, I encourage the parties to agree to stipulations. By custodial witnesses, that means custodians of records who will then have to say, yes, I took this video. That's Donald Trump. Yes, this is a authentic post from Trump's social media. Here's when it was done, and you have to go through and spend a day going through it. Let's take a look at Donald Trump's posts, though, that will be used against him, that he's now trying to claim are what? Not admissible, that are not things that he wrote. Again, it goes to how cowardly he is. This is what he writes. Here's one of the posts right here. He goes, the racist Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, who is presiding over one of the most dangerous and violent cities in the U.S. and doing nothing about it, is being pushed relentlessly by the radical left Democrats, the fake news media, and the Department of Injustice to bring charges against me for the now ancient, quote, no affair story of Stormy Horseface Daniels, where there is no crime and charges have never been brought on such a case before. In the meantime, Hunter and Joe Biden skate. This was posted back in March. Here was another post by Donald Trump. I did nothing wrong in the Horseface case. I see she showed up in New York trying to drum up some publicity for herself. I haven't seen or spoken to her since I took a picture with her on a golf course in full golf gear, including a hat close to 18 years ago. She knows nothing about me other than her con man lawyer Avenatti and convicted liar and felon jailbird Michael Cohen may have schemed up. never had an affair with her, just another false acquisition by a sleazebag witch hunt, and by a sleazebag witch hunt exclamation points. Donald Trump went on to post, he goes, Biden wants to pretend he has nothing to do with the Manhattan District Attorney's assault on democracy, when in fact he has stuffed the DA's office with Department of Injustice people, including one top DOJ operative from DC who was actually running the horse-face witch hunt. Bragg is a Soros racist in reverse, who is taking his orders from DC. I beat them twice, doing much better the second time, and despite their disinformation campaign, they don't want to run against Trump and my great record. And so those are the posts from Donald Trump, and again, demeaning Stormy Daniels, saying these horrible things. Again, Donald Trump is an adjudicated rapist as well from the E. Jean Carroll case. But here also saying that he had no affair, he had no relationship with her. Stormy Daniels is going to come in and testify that they did. She's going to have to explain what specifically happened, and it's going to show to the jury that Donald Trump is a liar. And now it's time for a brief lesson on the history of toilet paper. The first perforated toilet paper rolls were introduced in 1890. It wasn't until 1930 that we officially had splinter-free tissue. Prior to that, people just used what was on hand: corn cobs, parchment, and even pages from the Farmer's Almanac. Nowadays, we're clear-cutting our forests just to make something that we use once and flush down the toilet. That's why I love real paper. Let's have a real conversation. Real makes a sustainable toilet paper that contains no trees and instead uses 100% bamboo. Real's paper is certified by the Forest Stewardship Council, meaning that they are responsibly harvesting the bamboo grass that's used for their paper. And while the other conventional tree-based papers are wrapped in plastic in the grocery aisle, Real paper's packaging is plastic-free, compostable, and offers free shipping on all orders. But here's the best part. When I use Real, it doesn't feel like I'm sacrificing something to help the earth. In fact, it feels like an upgrade. It truly has become my go-to teepee. Real paper is available in easy, hassle-free subscriptions or for one-time purchases on their website. All orders are conveniently delivered to your door with free shipping in 100% recyclable, plastic-free packaging. If you head to realpaper.com/Meidas, that's REELPAPER.com/Meidas, and sign up for a subscription using our code Meidas, MEIDAS, at checkout, you'll automatically get 30% off your first order and free shipping. That's REELPAPER.com/Meidas, or enter promo code Meidas to get 30% off your first order plus free shipping. So let's stop flushing our forests and try Real Paper's Real Tree-Free Paper. Real is paper for the planet. I mean, by posting that they had no relationship at all, he's basically created impeachment evidence against himself. They're going to show that all he does is lie about everything, and that it also goes to his intent right there as well regarding why he falsified the business records, the hush money payments made to Stormy Daniels, and why he tried to, label it as legal expenses or legal fees to Michael Cohen to then pay Stormy Daniels in order so the information would not come out before the 2016 election. That was Donald Trump trying to interfere with the 2016 election, and you see his intent here by once again denying that there was a relationship, denying that there was an affair, denying that there was any encounter at all, when in fact they had sex, as Stormy Daniels, says. This is what someone commented to Stormy Daniels. President Trump wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Stormy Daniels said, true. He used a 3-inch one. Somebody attacked Stormy Daniels around the time that Donald Trump was making those posts back in March of 2023 about her. Someone wrote to her, so you knew he is married, yet you proceeded? And Stormy Daniels responded, yes, the sorcery of my magic voodoo vag was too much for that poor little man, and it forced him to forget about his vows, take his clothes off, and corner me. It's all my fault. someone posted this photo of her and said, Stormy Horseface Daniels got put away wet. And Stormy Daniels says, tell everyone what kind of porn you Google without telling us. Donald Trump also posted, the FEC dropped the Horseface Daniels fake witch hunt because they found no evidence of problems. So had everyone else dropped it except for the highly politicized Manhattan DA's office, even though they've dropped it 4 times already because there is no case and the statute of limitations also stops them cold from going forward. Actually, a very well-respected judge, Justice Juan Merchan, addressed Trump's omnibus motion to dismiss earlier in the day. One of the grounds was a statute of limitations. Another was failure to state a claim. Another one was selective prosecution. And Justice Juan Merchan rejected all of Donald Trump's attempts at trying to dismiss the 34-count criminal indictment, which was brought in early April, and said, no, trial's going on March 25th. By the way, here was a post made by Stormy Daniels back on March 21, 23. And remember, during that period, Donald Trump was making all of these posts on a social media platform about her during that period in March, the same way we've seen him do with all of his other victims and prosecutors and judges. And Donald Trump kind of, was doing all of that then that you just saw. Stormy Daniels goes, wow, it's a beautiful morning. It's always been my dream to sip coffee on my porch and watch my gorgeous horse graze. Anything exciting going on today? I love Stormy Daniels' humor right there. It's funny stuff. But, look, I think the big headline here, though, too, which goes to Donald Trump's cowardice, is that he is not stipulating to his own social media posts and his own statements. And you see that that is going to be used by the Manhattan District Attorney, who will be showing that to the jury and saying, look what he said. He calls her horseface. He says that he had no relationship. This goes to the fact that he tried to hide the payments that he made to her, and then he'll call up Stormy Daniels and she'll go into the detail about what specifically went down and what specifically happened. And that's what will, transpire. The social media posts will be allowed in. The videos of Trump attacking her, saying no affair and horseface, that will go in. It's going to be part of the argument. Look at his behavior. Look what he's doing to her, because he has the mens rea. He has the intent to attack her this way, and that's why he wanted to hide the payments. It's a slam dunk. It's smoking gun evidence that he's created against himself right there. And so it's just interesting that he's not stipulating to it, and the DA is going to have to call a custodian of records. It's going to take an extra day or two to get through it. Interesting stuff. But that trial ain't getting delayed. March 25th, Trump first felony criminal trial. Be there. Be here at the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 3 million subscribers thanks to your support. Have a great day.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.